I'm a head and neck surgeon here at UPMC. I specialize in a very unique kind of surgery doing endoscopic skull-based surgery. That's a collaboration with neurosurgeons where we work mostly through the nasal cavity using little telescopes to take out large tumors that arise at the skull base. Pittsburgh was a leader and a pioneer in developing these techniques, and that's been the majority of my career for the last 40 years now. And so out of that, as part of developing a skull-based program, we actually had to invent or develop new technologies. Working with companies, we identified some areas where we struggled and developed new tools that allowed us to do these types of surgeries. And so it identified a need for a greater collaboration between surgeons and industry. Developing new medical or surgical devices because of the needs within my clinical area. I also went back to school and got an MBA at the Katz School of Business, and that exposed me to the entrepreneurship side of medical innovation. And then I also had my own ideas of things I wanted to create, and so I started working with the engineering school, working with groups of engineering students and participating in their class projects, pitching ideas to them. And so that's become a regular activity every year, working with their classes. And one of these ideas of mine has actually resulted in a patent with the help of the students. But I have at least 5 or 6 other projects ongoing, and I hope that some of those will also be successful. It creates a unique environment where you can bring together surgeons, engineers, and industry to collaborate and solve problems, and also to identify what are the market needs. Working in isolation, we don't have the complete picture. We don't really understand what's necessary to get something to market. We don't ask the right questions. And so bringing together all of these different disciplines allows us to be more fruitful in our investigations. I'm co-director of the Center for Cranial Based Surgery here at UPMC, working in collaboration with neurosurgery. And so we not only provide clinical care for patients from around the world, but we're very involved in surgical innovation, medical research, developing new therapies, especially for tumors, and then also in education, training residents and fellows to do these types of intricate surgeries, but also with global education, helping surgeons around the world develop these techniques in their own practices. It's hard to say. I mean, every now and then a new technology comes along, such as the nasal endoscope, which really transformed all of the surgical disciplines. And I think robotics is another surgical innovation that is transforming the care of patients. And it's hard to predict what the next major innovation will be, but often it's technology that's driving advances in healthcare. And that's, I think, one of the values of CREATES is that we are at the forefront of developing new technologies that will transform healthcare. CREATES can help by creating an environment where people feel comfortable sharing their ideas, where they're able to get the necessary expertise to develop their ideas, and also creates an infrastructure that facilitates the process. Many of us do not have experience in this area, or we have a very limited expertise, and so it's really a team approach, getting any medical device to market.